The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Happy morning, students. I hope you all are doing good in your house, and a very glad news that you are going to be back into the school campus, and of course with limited number. So definitely you're going to meet your friends and all the teachers. Use this time wisely, children, because we have our board exams nearing. It is not to make you panic, but to make you understand or realize the importance of your 10th standard, because the marks that you carry in your 10th standard plays a very vital role for your future, right? So to pursue any course in the future. So let us begin the class for today. I had given you few homework, and some of the children have told that in naming you find it little bit difficult, right? You are not able to get the correct answer. You had some doubt. So let us focus on that now. These were the two questions which I have given you as homework. The first question is, we have a structure like this. Now to name this compound, first we know we have to do the numbering. So from left to right and from right to left, let me do my numbering. I can also do it like this. It should be just a continuous chain. There should not be any break in the middle. So if I have to name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this side also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if I want to count like this, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any direction I count, it becomes 5 numbered longer chain. So 5 is for pentane. So I'll write here pentane. Pentane is my main chain because 5 carbons are present. Now do I have a branch? Definitely. So this is my branch. Apart from my longest chain, whatever is attached to the longest chain will be called as branch. So this is called as branch. In the branch, how many carbons are there? There are 2 carbons. So I know if it's only 1 carbon, it is methyl. If it is 2 carbon, it is ethyl, because ethane becomes ethyl. So this we call it as ethyl. So my branch is ethyl. Now where is the position of the branch? If I count from left to right, it is 1, 2, 3. If I count from right to left also, it is 1, 2, 3. So I will write 3 ethyl pentane. So in the third carbon atom, there is an ethyl group which is attached. So it becomes 3 ethyl pentane. Now let me move to my second question. In the second question, if you see, children, if I am going to count the longest chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what is the other way? I can count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can also count 1, 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 4, this becomes 5. So when I count from right to left, this becomes my longest chain. This is a continuous chain. I cannot say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, this is my continuous chain. There is no break in the longer chain. So it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is again, I'll write pentane as my main chain. Now I should know which is my branch. So this is my longest chain. This will be my branch, which is methyl group, because only 1 carbon atom. So I put here methyl. Now what is the position? It is 1, 2, 3, or if I count from down also 1, 2, 3. So I put 3 methyl pentane. Most of you have written butane as the longest chain because you have considered only the straight chain. It can also come down, it should be continuous, there should not be any break in the chain. So this was the homework which I had given you in the last class. Now if you see children, the next page, like we have one more question which is given there. I'll just write the structure of the compound, so you can also write it in your notebook and let us do it together. It is given like CH3, CH3, I have CH3 and one more CH3. Now the question is number of branches in this compound. How many branches are there? If this is my longest chain, or if I do this as my longest chain, or this as my longest chain, I have one branch and this is my second branch. So how many branches are there? We have 2 branches. Now name the branches. These are methyl group. So we have 2 methyl groups, so that becomes dimethyl. What are the position numbers? If you see 1, 2, 3, both the methyls are present at the same carbon atom. That is my second position. Now how will I write my IUPAC name? I write 2, 2 because the second carbon is having 2 branches. So 2, 2 hyphen dimethyl because 2 methyl groups are there and the longest chain is 3 carbon atom. So I put propane. I hope you have understood children. 2, 2 dimethyl propane. That will be my answer. Okay. Now I'll be giving you, once you come to school, we'll be having more revision in organic chemistry so that you don't make mistakes while numbering it. Now now we know when a structure is given how we should write the IUPAC name. Now imagine if the IUPAC name is given, how should we write the structure? So we will just learn if the name is given, how to write the structure of the compound. Now let us take an example where it is given 2, 3 dimethyl butane. I hope you have your textbook with you children. Please keep your textbook along with you. Page number 106. The question is, can you represent the structure of this compound with its the IUPAC name is given to you? The question is, how can structure of 2, 3 dimethyl butane be written? The first question is, how many carbon atoms are present in the main chain? Now if this is my question, I know this is my main chain. So how many carbon atoms are there? 4 carbon atoms are there. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now next is, let us represent the main chain. I have put it. What are the branches? What are the branches here? Methyl is my branches. How many methyl branches are there? I have 2 methyl branches. So I will write what are the branches? 2 methyl groups is present. Right? Or I can simply write methyl is my branches. Now what are the position? Now the number which is just present before the branch are their position of the branches. So I will put 2, 3. Are you all writing along with me children? 2, 3. Now let us write the structure. I have put the main chain 4 carbon atoms. Now if I am going to count from left to right, the second carbon is having a methyl group and the third carbon is having a methyl group. Am I right children? This is how we will draw. We first will write the main chain of carbon, we will put the branches, then the next step is substitute with hydrogen atoms to satisfy the valency of carbon. So this 4th carbon is having 1 bond here, carbon valency is 4, so the remaining 3 will be hydrogen. Here 1, 2, 3 bond are there, so the 4th one will be hydrogen. And for this carbon 1, 2, 3, again the 4th one will be hydrogen. For this carbon 1 bond is only there, so I will put 3 hydrogen atoms. So CH3, it will be now CH3, CH, CH, CH3 with 2 methyl groups. I can put on the top or I can put at the bottom anyways, but the position number of the branch should be correct. Now they have given you a question here, a table is given, complete the table given below. Now see, this is the question. I have CH3, CH, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3, and I have a branch here, I have a branch here. Write the IUPAC name. How do we write the IUPAC name, children? What is the first step? Tell me. We should find the longest chain. So if I am going to find the longest chain, I know definitely my straight chain is the longest one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I count from left to right, the second carbon is having my branch. When I count from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My third carbon is having the branch. So we know when we are counting the longest chain, the position of the branch should get the lowest number. So which side I should consider? I will be considering only from left to right. So if in that case, this main chain is 6 carbon atoms, which is hexane. So I put here hexane. What are the branches I have? I have methyl group and here also methyl group. So how many methyl groups are there, children? 2 methyl groups. So what will I write? I write here dimethyl. You are able to follow me, children? 2 methyl groups are there. So I will write dimethyl. Now what is the next thing I should do? I should separate it with a hyphen because I must write the position number of the branch. Now we know the second carbon is having the branch and the fourth carbon is having the branch. So I put 2, 4 dimethyl hexane. So this is how we will be doing the numbering for the structure, that is organic compound. The next question is, they have given the IUPAC name and they have asked us to write the structure. The question is 2, 3, 3 hyphen trimethyl pentane. No need to worry because the more questions that you solve, the more stronger you will become in organic part. Okay, so definitely when you come here, we'll be doing as many as revision as possible to make you very, very strong in organic. Now this is the question. What is the first step we need to do for writing the structure? We should see which is the main carbon chain. Which is the main carbon chain? Pentane. Pentane has how many carbon atoms? 5 carbon atoms. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, children? Now I should see what are my branches. My branches are methyl group. And how many methyl groups are there? It is trimethyl. So I have 3 methyl groups. So which are the positions? Second position, and in the third position I have 2 methyl groups. So if I am going to count from left to right, this is my second position, this is my third position. So the second carbon is having methyl and the third carbon is having 2 methyl groups. So what should I do now? Now I will be doing the carbon with hydrogen. So to satisfy, here I put CH3, that is carbon with 1 bond here already. Now I should put 3 more bonds which will be satisfied by hydrogen. So here 1, 2 is there. So 3, 4 will be my hydrogen. So here I have hydrogen, here I have hydrogen. And this already 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. So I need not do anything. What about this carbon? 1, 2, 3. The fourth one will be hydrogen. And for the first carbon, 1 here. So I have 3 hydrogens. So how will I write the structure? CH3, CH, C, CH2, CH3. So here I have methyl group. Here also I have methyl group. And here also I have methyl group. So this will be my structure. Okay, children, I hope you understood now. We'll do the next problem. So children, now there are one more question as homework which you can do it in your textbook, and once you come here we'll be solving it. And in page 107 you have a table given with alkane, alkene and alkyne, and some of the formulas are given. Now find out the formula and put it in the respective columns. Now the next important is, when you have an unsaturated hydrocarbon where there is a double bond and a triple bond, you should be knowing how to do the numbering for such compounds. See, as we said, the branch should be getting the lowest number. Similarly, in this, the double bond and triple bond should be getting the lowest number. So if I am going to count from left to right, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I am going to count from right to left, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it is from left to right, it becomes bute 1 ene. Bute is for 4 carbon atoms. At the first position, there is a double bond because it is alkene. We know alkene, we use ENE. So in the 4-membered carbon is bute with the first position as the double bond and ene. Now when you count from right to left, it becomes bute 3-ene, where the third carbon will be having the double bond, which will be a higher position number. So we don't consider right to left, we take only left to right. Similarly, for this compound, for alkyne, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the second position carbon will be getting a triple bond, and when you count from right to left, the third carbon will be having the triple bond. So it will be pent 2-ine. Ine is for alkynes having triple bond in the carbon-carbon chain. So make sure that whenever you are naming the compound with double bond and triple bond, the double bond and triple bond holding carbon should be getting the lowest position number. The next one is cyclic or ring compounds. Now from the word cyclic, it is well understood that they form a round or ring like structure. Now there are two types, alicyclic and aromatic. Now some of the alicyclic compounds I will be showing you, and also aromatic. Example, when I say cyclopropane, it is CCC, having a ring like structure. Join all this. So this carbon is having 1, 2 bond. It needs 2 more bond to satisfy valency, so that will be with hydrogen. Similarly for this carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogen. For this carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be called as cyclopropane. Like that you have cyclobutane, cyclopentane, square structure, pentagon structure. So these are the different. So you can just learn the example that is given in your textbook. That is more than enough. Now when you come to aromatic, aroma means smell. That is not smell, I would say rather fragrance. Okay, fragrance, it has a good fruity odor. Right, so aromatic hydrocarbons, best example is benzene, which is a 6-membered ring. The formula for benzene, remember children, it comes in 1 mark question. Benzene is C6H6. This is a formula. Now how can I write carbon 6 and hydrogen 6 in a ring format? This is my carbon, this is my carbon, this is my carbon, 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 carbon. 6 carbons I have put. Now I will just join it all with single bonds. Since it is only 6 hydrogens are there, I put 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen, 1 hydrogen. Now the most important, we need to satisfy the valency of carbon. Now this is my first carbon, which is having 1, 2, 3. So the fourth one I put a double bond. You are learning a new thing. This carbon is having only, it was having only 3 bonds, 3 valency. So the fourth valency I put 1 more bond here. Now this carbon is having 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is satisfied. This is satisfied. Now the third carbon, 1, 2, 3. I should put 1 more, but I can't put it here. So I put it here. Alternate double bond. So this is also satisfied. What about this carbon? 1, 2, I have 2 bonds here, so 3, 4. So this is also satisfied. What about my fifth carbon? 1, 2, 3. So I put a double bond here, satisfied. Now here this carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this also satisfied. So how do I write the structure of benzene? I write it like this. I write it like this. This becomes my benzene structure, which is given in your textbook. You can put double bond like this or also in the alternate direction. No problem, both are the same. So with this, we are getting a completion of learning about the hydrocarbons. Now we are going to learn something which is much more important, which we call it as a functional group. So you have this here hydroxyl, carboxyl group, halo group, an alkoxy group. So let us learn about two groups for this class and the next groups and isomerism for the next class. So when I say functional group, so when I tell the name functional group, it has its own properties which it imparts to the organic compound. One of the hydrogen in the hydrocarbon in the compound is being replaced by a new group. So when that new group comes, it adds some other properties to the compound. See, we are already having 40 or 50, 48 children. When a new child comes, according to that new child, the friends also keeps on changing, because she may give some new ideas or new things to the classroom or school. So this, I want to say, the presence of the blue box, please mark it important children, the presence of certain atoms or groups imparts certain characteristic properties to the organic compound. Now these are called as functional groups. So the first functional group which we are going to learn is hydroxyl group. When I say hydroxyl group, it is all or it is mentioned as OH. I will come to this part later. Now I'll just read it, please understand. The presence of an OH group, the presence of an OH group in the carbon chain is the reason for the important properties of these compounds. So these groups OH are considered as functional group. Now any compound which has got OH, any compound which has got OH in its compound will be called as alcohols. What do you call them as? Alcohols. If you find OH in any organic compound, you call them as alcohols. So how do I write it? I use the term alkane where my E will be replaced by all. So I put here alkanol. So if it is methane, methanol. If it is ethane, ethanol. If it is propane, propanol. That is how we do it. So let us see how should we name such compounds. Okay. So I'll be giving you few examples of alcohol compounds which is given in your textbook. Say we'll take CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. Just like naming any other compound, when you are naming the functional group compounds also, make sure that the carbon which is holding the functional group should be getting the lowest number. Remember children, any carbon which is holding the functional group should be getting the lowest number. So this will be 1, 2, 3. So how do I write this here? 3 is for propane. So I put propane. And I put all, propanol. So I can also write this as propane. First position carbon is having my OH group, propan 1 all or propanol. Now what if I get a problem like this? Say I get OH in my second carbon atom, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the second carbon is having my OH. So again it's a 3-membered carbon. So I put propan. The second carbon is having my OH group. So propan 2 all. I hope you are able to follow children. So if the first carbon is having, it is propan 1 all. If the second carbon is holding, it becomes propan 2 all. So this is with alcohol. So if a OH group is present in any compound, you call that group of compounds as alcohols. So now remember, while writing the IUPAC names of two compounds, the position of the functional group has to be added and that should be getting the lowest number. Now when I give one more example, now how do you write this? CH3CH, CH2, CH2, CH3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-membered carbon. So it becomes pentan. Put a hyphen. The second carbon, if there is an OH, I put 2 all. Very, very easy, no, for you to understand. So 5-membered carbon where the second carbon is having the OH group. So it becomes pentan 2 all. So we will be doing more and more questions when you come to the school for revision classes. The second set of functional group is called as carboxylic acid, which is also written as COOH. So I name this group as carboxylic acid group. Okay. Now here how do you name it? That is, I write my alkane. This E will be replaced by alkanoic acid. E will be replaced by oic. So alkanoic acid. Now when you are naming a carboxylic group, now what you should remember always is, example, CH3, CH2, COOH. Please understand children, when you are writing a carboxylic group, the carbon where OOH is present, that is COOH is present, this carbon will also be considered as a main chain, which means I don't put my numbering here, it will be wrong. Rather, I should put the numbering from my COOH. So this will be my first carbon. Many of the children who were studying before, they used to put this as the numbering. It is completely wrong. If COOH is present, this will be my first carbon, this will be my second carbon, this will be my third carbon. So I will write it as, what will be the answer here? 3 carbon. So propanoic acid. So I write it propanoic acid. You are able to get me, children? Another example I can give you, if I have CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH, now this will be my first carbon, this will be my second, third, fourth, so it will be butanoic acid because 4 carbon atoms are there when I am doing the numbering. So you will not do the numbering from this carbon atom. So this compound will be called as butanoic acid. Okay, they have given you some examples of acetic acid and other groups. Okay. So I think we have only isomerisms, 2 type functional. Okay. So with this we will stop the class for today, and the next class I will be taking with 2 other groups and isomerism, which will be easy for you to understand. And the last chapter which we have is completely chemical reactions. 4 important reactions are there which will not be that difficult for you to understand. So if you have any doubts with this topic which I have taken to you, please ask me, or you can come directly when you are coming right from Monday. Definitely we can discuss about the same in more precise manner. Thank you children. Have a great day.